You don't want kids at all?
Mm-mm. No, not really. I mean, I might want to adopt like a little like African baby and a Chinese baby or Japanese baby. That's why the unhealthy foods are so affordable.
Check our names in the ballots around 2040 for president and for VP.
Yeah.
You feel me? Hey y'all.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back to Y'all Twins Podcast.
That's what it is. Episode
6.
Episode 6.
Okay. Yeah 6.
And well, we gonna hop right into it. What are we talking about today, Astarté?
We're talking about health and happiness.
Health and happiness. Yeah. Specifically, I think it's very important when talking about health and happiness and all those things to set the foundation. Yeah. And since we're new to this joint, we're gonna set the foundation just 2-3 ways exactly on how to set the foundation to your health, because there's so many parables, but pretty much you don't want a wobbly foundation. There's a lot of people that start out like in their health journey and stuff, but by not having the right mindset and other things that we'll talk about, it's easy to like quit
it's inconsistent.
or get distracted.
Yeah.
It falls apart and
crumbles. I'm not the best person to be talking about this, so that's why I'm gonna let you talk, because obviously I want to be healthy, right?
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it. I drink water and I take vitamins. So that's more than a lot of people.
That is.
But other than that,
yeah,
that's about it.
But these days it's more difficult to be healthy because we got so many easy ways to get food, or it's so easy to become non-healthy. Yeah. We're living in a world of comfort, where comfort, while being blissful and beautiful, is not always the best for you in the long term. So
right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you said set the foundation. What would be your first step into living a healthier lifestyle?
I would say educate yourself.
Okay.
That's going to be the first one. Yeah. Because let's think. Throughout high school, do we ever have if we had a health class, it was usually like
one of those bullcrap classes.
Something easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
That's it. And so these days, because it's so easy to not be healthy, it's very important to educate yourself on what it is to be healthy.
Right.
Like back in the day, they used to cook home cooked meals a lot. The food, it had less like growth hormones, or the animals that they ate or the plants that they ate were healthier. They didn't have the pesticides, so it was easier to be good. You know what I'm saying? But these days you gotta scrounge, and it's harder to find those things,
and it's expensive.
And it is expensive.
It's very expensive. I feel like that's why it's so hard to maintain a healthy lifestyle, is because especially as college students who are just making money to survive, literally.
Yes.
It's very hard to go to your Sprouts or your organic food store,
Whole Foods,
all the stuff, and get actually stuff that will benefit you, other than Hot Pockets and microwaved
the little croissant, or the pizzas, or
you know what I'm talking about? The little
pizza pockets,
pot pies.
Pot pie. Oh yeah, the pot pies, chicken pot pies.
I'll be putting them down.
Huh?
Because I'll be putting them down.
For sure. Because it's $1.
Exactly.
$1. Yeah.
That's a week full of meals for one.
I mean, you could go to the frozen section and get a 3, or maybe it's a 2-pound bag of French fries for $2-3. That's days of French fries for $2-3. Right. Or you could go get an organic onion for $2-3.
Exactly. So
I don't even like onions that much. Yeah.
Let's weigh the options. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And it's crazy the way that it's like that is there's a lot of speculations, but the reason I believe it's like that is because the government, they pay those farmers, or they give tax benefits or grants or subsidies or whatever to those farmers to grow things like the potatoes, wheat, sugar, the unhealthy things. Whether they do it on purpose to poison us and make us weak and easily controlled.
Can we talk about I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Finish your thought.
But no, it's good. So whether they do that, to make us weak and easily controlled, because if your gut's messed up, your whole body's messed up, because it's like your second brain is what they call it, because it has so many neurons, or whatever reason they do it. That's why the unhealthy foods are so affordable. It's because the government helps pay for that to be able to grow a whole bunch of those. So that's why that stuff's so affordable.
Population control.
Yeah.
Do you think that that 100% has something to do with it? But do you think about that? What is your opinion on that?
Check this. Population has actually, well, I won't say it's declining, but it's not been growing as fast or really growing. Because think about it. At least our generation these days is more common to wait to have babies or just not to want to have babies.
Yeah, I feel like all the babies born through this generation are accidents.
Yeah. Maybe not all of them, but
literally,
nobody wants, not a lot of people want to have babies.
In my group of people, it's unplanned pregnancies.
Yeah.
Out of wedlock, of course, that's just the norm. Or it's an unplanned pregnancy that is the catalyst to a marriage.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're pregnant, we might as well get married.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of one baby that has been born
not from
out
our
of a married couple. Exactly.
No.
It's just unheard of.
Because everybody wants to. Yeah. No, for real.
No one wants kids.
That's it.
And once they obviously once they have those kids, they're going to be the parents that they need to be. But no one in this generation plans to have kids.
There's so much going on that I don't even want to have kids because this world crazy.
Right.
Imagine birthing a little angel into this treacherous lands of America.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't want kids at all.
No, not really. I mean, I might want to adopt a little African baby and a Chinese baby or Japanese baby, but I mean to birth one, nah. It's sending them to his doom. That's what I think, at least. I mean, things might turn out good, but why take the chance?
I'm selfish because I want kids just because I have a motherly instinct inside of me.
Well, you are, you've got the ovaries. Yeah.
But Kaylee does.
Huh? But she don't want kids either.
That's so strange to me.
Yeah. Nah, it's nice. But anyways, the birth rate, I don't know. So the birth rate is declining. Okay.
So that's a good thing.
I guess.
I mean, I guess.
No. But it's so overpopulated. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. That's what, again.
Because wasn't that a fear a couple years ago? The world, how it's going to keep going. We're going to run out of oxygen and be breathing CO2. And then the atmospherical layer, whatever it's called. I don't know what that's called. It's going to
atmosphere. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to get a hole in it or something. And then we're all going to die because the sun's too hot and stuff.
Something like that.
And there's not enough trees to produce enough oxygen because we have so many cities and stuff. We don't have. It
was a big thing. Yeah. So maybe in other parts of the or the world it's like that, but in America, the birth rate is declining.
Okay.
Then again, I did hear we just hit an official 8 million people. So we were talking about.
We were talking about.
Education. Yeah, education.
Yeah.
And so let's backtrack. So world population, and it is growing. It is growing. The world population is growing. In America, the birth rate is decreasing, but population control by the unhealthy foods that the government is subsidizing to grow. Yeah, that's how we got there.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
This is probably a controversial subject. I don't know. Do you think there's a cure for cancer and that the government just hasn't let it be known? Because if we could just automatically cure cancer, then we're obviously going to be overpopulated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, oh my gosh.
Because imagine, just think of all the deaths from cancer.
Yeah. If I had to pick a side, it is hard to pick a side, but if you was to say, do you believe this or not? And I had to pick a side, I'm gonna go with yeah. Yeah.
What's your argument towards not believing it? Because I just believe it.
Yeah,
that just makes sense. I feel like the government is very controlling and they hide things from us.
Yeah, to not believe is oh my gosh, our government loves us. They wouldn't do that. but yeah, saying that out loud sounds crazy.
Right.
But I don't know. There's been Yeah, I've just heard a lot of stories of people that like did amazing things and they ended up disappearing.
Yeah, they like end up dying like 2 days later or something.
Yeah, and I think that was with the person that found cancer.
I feel like there's been multiple people that have found cancer.
Yeah.
Or found out the cure for cancer.
With all of our good technology, it only makes sense.
Right. Like, why haven't we found this out? Why?
Yeah.
Why haven't we just found this out yet?
Yeah. So, no, I think they hide it from us. So, another crazy thing. I don't know about that. No, maybe, okay, so insulin. The things that cause like diabetes and stuff.
No, insulin helps diabetes.
I think it causes diabetes.
There's 2 types of diabetes.
Yeah, with
there's
too
like
much
when you have lack
enough?
of insulin, and then when you have too much in your body.
Okay. Yeah. There's like a shot for that.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that found it or created it, they gave the patent away for free to help people. What companies did. Yeah, but they took that and now they're making people pay to get.
Isn't that sick?
The insulin.
There should be some things that are just like covered.
Yeah.
Feminine products.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money I've spent on like swords and shields in my lifetime? And I'm only 19.
Man, you still got like 40 years to go.
Yeah, it makes me sick.
Dang.
Like, that's too much money.
Yeah.
And it's not that much money, but like, when you think about it, that's a lot of money that men don't have to pay.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like those should be like, if not free, cheaper.
Cheaper, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Insulin. My friend in high school had diabetes.
Oh.
Currently has diabetes. Yeah. And she was like, I can't afford this insulin.
It's expensive as fudge.
It's not like you can't go without it.
That's crazy.
As someone with diabetes, that you have to have it. And if your insurance doesn't cover it, that's out of pocket, and it's expensive. It is so expensive.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I feel like that should be free.
Yeah.
Because like that's your life, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, that is a lot.
Yeah, and it's not like cancer where they don't have a cure, so you're just living with cancer. They have the insulin that you need to maintain your health, but you can't afford it, so you're just going to go without it? Man, like, what?
That's so crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
Healthcare in America sucks.
It's whack, but there's trade-offs, man. Like, so let's see. This might be a subject for another day, but we might dive into it. Might as well. Okay, so
might as well.
So capitalism, that's America, right?
Yeah.
So you have like capitalism, and then you have like socialism. Do you know what that is? Yeah. So for those that don't know, capitalism is pretty much the big idea is everybody buys and trades what they want. There's no control from the government or minimal control, and that's kind of like America. Like there's health regulations and you have like things to make sure people don't steal and all that, right? But like for the most part, it's kind of that. Or you have like socialism where it's like the government is in there. It's very controlling with like, you know, who buys this, who buys that. Like if you want to create like a business, either you can or you can't, depending, you know, what the government says, all those things. And so when it comes to America, we've invented and created so many great things because of capitalism, because there's competition. Right? Because if there's not competition, then you don't have as much drive to like do amazing things. So because there's capitalism, we've had the drive to like create so many freaking incredible things.
Yeah.
All that stuff. But the cost of that is that the people that are successful get more successful and then buy out smaller businesses.
And the people who aren't successful stay unsuccessful.
Stay at the bottom. Yeah. And so that's why you have like and so that's kind of the situation that America is in right now, is because, like, let's say during COVID, right?
Right.
The government gave money to people, and what did people do? They spent it on Amazon or other things that just made the richer, or the rich richer.
And do nothing for themselves that'll actually last them.
And so what's now happening in capitalism is, unless the government, like, makes the people at top, is like they become more controlling and make them like give money or like they get more control, it's just the gap's just going to be getting bigger.
What do you think about socialism then?
So see, I think there should be like a balance.
Yeah.
I think there should be balance. Like let's go biological wise, but I kind of got off of this. Like that's just kind of the way biology works. Like if you're strong, you're just gonna get stronger. Whatever. But if we're trying to create like a really good society where everybody benefits, then yeah, there's got to be an in between.
Right, because like our big thing, we come from a very we live in America first of all.
Yeah.
So of course, I pulled myself up by my own bootstraps, whatever that saying is. Like I'm not sharing.
Yeah.
I got what I got because I got it.
Yeah, because I worked for it.
And I 100% get that. So that's why I'm like, okay, socialism's not the vibe, because like isn't the concept of socialism to have everyone equal, or to like everyone help everybody, and no one's better than anybody.
Yeah.
Well, we do have hardworking people in America.
Yeah.
And that's why they're at the top. So I do get that. Like, you don't want to work for all that you've got and then have to turn around and give it right back to...
Give it to somebody if you really work hard.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of poor people that don't deserve to be poor either. Like, they were just born into that family.
Yeah.
So they deserve a chance too. So what would... If you were, like, president of the United States, President Zion Wood, what would be your first step to change the society we live in today?
I would say, let me see. Probably... Oh, good Lord. There's so much to do. Maybe, like, once you get so much money, you have to donate it or something. But that sounds controlling, but at the same time,
it does
like...
sound controlling.
But once you got so much money, like, listen, once you got so much money and you could buy, and so many rich people say this, once you got so much money, and you buy everything you could buy, you know what I'm saying?
What are you just sitting on it for? Being greedy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And, and so another reason is that, like, rich people are so rich is because they learned how to, like, avoid taxes. So we could tax the rich all they want, but they ain't going to have to pay them because they know how to avoid them. So you, like, have to actually forcibly go in and be like, all right, once you make, I don't know, this much money, like, you have to give it to somebody. Or it would just be paying people better. You'd be paying people. I mean, like a mandatory. Like we got to raise the minimum wage. Come on now.
Okay.
With inflation and everything.
Time.
Yeah, like it's got to be. I think there's a graph and like where minimum wage should be for a person to be able to, like, let's say like in the 1950s, the minimum wage needs to be like $21 or something.
I agree with that. Yeah, like what's minimum wage in Oklahoma? $7.25. Yeah. That's sick.
Yeah, compared just to what it is. Yeah, like people back in the day could have a wife, 3 kids, and work at a grocery store and be able to buy a house and pay for that house and all their kids. Like
they might not be on top of the world, but they got everything taken care of.
Yeah.
I'm a college student who lives on campus. I do not have a monthly rent.
Yeah. And it's like even the $15
I
an
pay my
hour.
car payment. I pay, and I'm working like, let's say before I start my manager position.
Yeah.
Being a full-time college student, working as much as I could.
Yeah.
I would pay my car payment, my phone bill. I would have like not enough. I would fill up my gas or my tank, and I would be like struggling eating Taco Bell. And that's what I'm talking about. The health thing is expensive.
It's so expensive,
especially for college students. Like it is very hard.
Yeah, it is. If you're really trying to be healthy, and you down low, there ain't nothing you could do. So like inflation, we need to pay people. If I was doing anything, it'd be pay people more. Yeah. Because that's the only way to battle inflation, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the only way to get everyone what they need is raise minimum wage. Okay, y'all don't want to give the rich people's money to the poor, which I get. That's their money. Like, trust me. When I come up someday, which, first off, y'all don't need to be so stingy, because if I came up one day and had so much money that I was just sitting on top of, why not give it to charity? You know how many people out here without homes? Yeah. You ever drove just downtown Oklahoma City at night? It's sad.
Saddening.
It's so sad. I give the $5 in my wallet, like,
facts.
For real, let's do better.
Easy.
But anyway, that's not the point. Like, I get it. It's your money. You can do with what you want. But we still got so many poor people. So the only way to fix it is raise minimum wage.
That's it. Yeah. So, anyways, that'd be my first thing.
I like it. I think if you run for presidency, I'll run for vice presidency.
Okay, and we would fix everything.
Everything.
Pretty much. I know it's easier said than done because you got like freaking Congress and all of them, all the other offices that make it hard.
Them. By the time we want to run for presidency, though, I'll be dead.
Hey, check this out too. This is something that's crazy to me.
Okay, tell it.
We have a government because like people back in the day wanted a government. Mm-hmm. But like we have a government now. I don't know how many people want it as much. You know what I'm saying?
What if isn't there a thing where like if the people overrule,
there's somewhere in there
what the government says, like it's plausible?
We could like change the government or something. Yeah.
Okay, so we just need to like write a petition of like over 50% of Americans say, screw the government, we want to do what we want. But then people will die.
Yeah, it'd be rough.
It would be really bad. We do need a government.
Yeah. But like, gosh, man.
But the ones in
people
place,
up there right now, yeah.
I just don't like them. A bunch of old white people. Love old people to death.
Yeah, I was like, you love them.
No, love old people to death.
James. Yeah.
But the ones up there, nah. You gonna catch these hands if you ever see me.
They've been up there for a long time.
For too long. And the way that like, I don't know how we got into health to like government and stuff.
Yeah.
But a presidency's term is 4 years. Mm-hmm. You're allowed to be reelected one more time after that 4 years. So 8 years max.
Yeah.
These men in Congress have been in Congress for what?
Like 20, 30, 40 years or something.
Like,
they've been a long time.
You're old, bro. Like, it's time to go. It's time to go. Mm-hmm. And the only reason they're not going is because they know they have that power to. They're probably sitting up there, I'm not even qualified for this job anymore, but I have it, so I'm just going to stay in it. Retire.
I bet their grandkids have to help them learn how to, like, use a computer or use a phone.
Yeah.
And they're deciding what we do with our lives.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Things are changing.
Yeah.
This generation is obviously very, very different from the one generation before us.
Yeah.
We don't even have to go up to 2 where they're at.
Yeah.
But we are so different from our parents. It's time to boot them out.
It's time to boot them. Get some some 30, 40-year-olds.
Young blood.
Yeah.
I feel like 30, 40 is a perfect age to sit in Congress or for any form of governmental position. Just because, 20s, you're still a child. I don't care. Like, you're legal to drink, but your brain fully hasn't developed.
You ain't experienced. Most of the time, you ain't experienced.
Wisdom hits around 29, 30. Like, just that natural wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And still, it's questionable. So, like, 30 to 40, I feel like that's a good age. These bros that are 75, pushing 80, it's time to go. It's time to go. Go back to your little cottage and your, what are those things called? Clubhouse.
Wheelchair? Huh?
You know, where, like, rich old white men go to, like, the golf course and, like, the clubhouse and stuff.
Yeah, golf clubs and stuff. Yeah.
It's time to do that again.
It's time to go on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I wish you the best, but you're not benefiting.
You try, but shoot. Okay, well, anyways, let's go. So we talked about, education yourself is the first foundation. The second one, let's talk about our second one.
Okay. So, y'all, we've decided to put this into another series, just like our how to find peace, maintain peace, keep peace thing.
On me.
We're going to put this into another series.
Cliffhanger.
So, yeah. So what did we cover? We talked about education, and that's pretty much what this is about.
This is about,
I apologize if it became a government lesson. Was not expecting that. But those are things that need to be talked about.
It's things that need to be talked about, and we have some great ideas for those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2020, no, it's definitely 30, 2030.
I think it actually might be like 2040, 2050, because you have to be like 40 before you can run for president.
Okay, so like
2040.
Check our names in the ballots around 2040 for president and for VP.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah, we gonna make it happen.
But shoot. But now, so we're gonna leave it with a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
the second part of the foundation for becoming healthy is even more important than educating yourself.
Yeah.
So y'all get ready for that. It's gonna drop next week. We'll make sure that we're on it, and we'll get some ready. So man. Put a like, put a subscribe, a follow, a comment would be much appreciated.
How would you change the society we live in? We said minimum wage is the first thing that should be changed.
Yeah.
But we're running for presidencies, like we're open to ideas. So
we're totally open to ideas. So drop in the comments what you like to see change. We'll write it down and consider it in like 2040 something.
Okay.
So, but all right, y'all. That's it for today. Man, check us out on the social medias and stuff. We just love to connect with y'all and everything. But until next time, man, that's it. See y'all.
Okay.